Welcome to the Best of U.S. Weekend Review. And in this week, we're going to talk about inflation and how I'm seeing it, but also how Carrie is seeing it. And then we're going to also hit upon how to trade patterns via the swing trading method. And Mark's going to explain a wedge. This week on Carrie's Friday video call with the tribe, he spoke about inflation. Now, I don't know if you've experienced it, but if you're alive and breathing here in the United States, you have experienced it just by going grocery shopping. Well, the other day I went to Five Guys. I wanted a burger. I needed some protein. So I walked up and the big sign said $19 an hour, hiring now, and all these little benefits. And what you realize is that $19 an hour or 40 hours a week, that's a $40,000 a year job. Wow, that blows me away because I remember when minimum wage was at $2.50 or so, and Mark remembers when it was, well, probably 5 cents or something. Anyhow, what got me was I went up, I thought that's a lot of money to work at a place and flip burgers, but then I went and ordered my drink, my burger, and my fries, and it cost me 20 bucks. That means you have to work at least 1 hour plus to cover a purchase at the same place that's paying $19 an hour. Well, the same thing is starting to happen in the semiconductor world. It's happening in all of the world, and that is the cost of goods are skyrocketing. But Carrie hits upon it this week in the Carrie's Friday video call for tribe members, and he hits upon air test, AEHR, and the price drop and what they said in their earnings call. So let's check it out.
The difference between form factor, Teradyne, and AEHR is AEHR makes money and makes a lot of money and is very high profit and has extremely large margins. They are the provider of all the test equipment that goes into Tesla. So with that in mind, why did their stock drop? Actually, since I've been following it, it dropped 36%, not 20, 36%. Why did it drop? Because Bob's not buying a new Tesla. And Bezos isn't buying a new Tesla. And Jake didn't buy a new phone. So if you aren't buying the products that use semiconductors, their business goes down. And if you listen to their earnings call, and shame on you if you do not, because this is the first semiconductor company in the ecosystem who had a earnings call. And in that earnings call, he said, we were expecting a growth factor of 50% in next year, but it's only going to be 20% because many of our customers have said, hold back on shipping those orders. We don't have the demand for semiconductors that we thought we were going to have. So rather than ship them in first quarter of 2024, ship them in second and third. So AEHR has a backlog of orders once Bob buys his Tesla. Okay? Why isn't Bob buying his Tesla? Inflation. Elon Musk told you why he isn't selling more cars in his last earnings call. Because the price of his car went up 30%, or not 30, probably 15%. Well, how did that happen? Did he raise prices? No, he actually lowered prices. But everybody finances a car. When you buy a $54,000 car, you finance it. Well, interest rates went from 3 to 9%. So your interest rates went up threefold. So thus far, Elon isn't selling any more cars. I'm not buying a new watch. Hell, I went to the grocery store and bought my favorite Chardonnay wine. And I went to checkout and I realized that my wine went from $15 a bottle to $20 a bottle. It represented $40 on my $100 grocery bill. I'm not going to buy any more wine until they bring it down to $15. We're dealing with inflation. The semiconductor business is the hottest business in the world right now. But the customers are putting back making their orders. And that is going to flow through every element of tech as we go into this earnings season.
This week, Mark and I talked a whole lot on the phone throughout the week about markets and what was going on. But we talked about patterns. And I made the comment to him earlier in the week about, dude, you could just study one stock, one market, like the indexes, or you could study the bond market and trade one thing because you understood the patterns that they form, that markets and price formation happens, and you could make money just swing trading or trading or long-term investing in one company, one index, one market. There are people who do that professionally where they just study one thing. If it's the S&P 500, if it is the triple Qs, or if it is just NVIDIA stock. But learning to see pattern formations is really the key. And in this next section, Mark is going to bust out a wedge formation and how to find them, how to look at them, and how to measure how far they'll go up or they'll go down. Check this out.
Like Trent was saying, we you could just find one stock that you liked. And for me, I like Berkshire Hathaway myself. And, it's a higher price stock. But, if it has volume and then it goes up and down, and here's Berkshire, you can swing trade it too. Okay. And in this case, I actually got out of, more reading the charts and went into a chart pattern. And what we have here is a sideways wedge. You can see it goes up and it hits, get lower highs all the time. And on the bottom side, you're getting higher lows. And it comes down to basically this apex, and it's going to go one way or the other. And the direction it's going to go, oops, sorry, missed that, is basically measured back, you go back 80%, and it's either going to go this way down to that level, or it's going to go this way. And it went up, and you can see exactly where it went.
Can you repeat that again, Mark? Because I think that was very important. The measurement and the percentage, you go back on that wedge?
I went back about 80% on the wedge.
Okay.
And normally, not always, there are no certainties and guarantees in these numbers because these are lagging numbers and not newsworthy numbers that somebody can come out. But you can see on the most part, technical analysis, it works. Now we got in, at this level, I moved it, and then it went up and it followed the chart. And then that day it came down, I had a stop under here, and based, back here is where I put it. You can see where I was hitting here, and it actually hit. So we made profit from here to this level, and then today you can see we're trading underneath where we lost. So it told me to get out. I got out. We're underneath the 9, okay, which is a big level for us to, to swing trade. Some people use the 10, some people use the 12, but this is our short level. So it got us out. And now it's, it's in a consolidation pattern. Look at that. Just going sideways. So we're going to wait and see what happens. Bollinger Band starting to, flatten out. We'll see which way it goes. But I can sit here and be patient and just watch this chart, as my only chart that I ever watch. Get in back here, consolidation, 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 up, downtrend, consolidation, down, up. You can just see how you can watch one chart, and if you're familiar enough with a particular stock, you'll get, it's like you said with the matrix, the guy's looking at all the little numbers coming. I was like, oh, that guy's going to get hit by a car, and he does, and to everyone else, it just looks like gibberish. But once you get into this, you start looking and you can actually see patterns, and you become a natural at it. And like Margaret says, you don't need to just do a swing trade. You can look at your long-term positions and trade off the 200 if you want, trade off weekly charts if you want. As long as you use the same chart you get into, you can get out of the same way.
So that's all I got for you this week. There's a whole lot more in the Platinum Swing Trading Call, which is on Fridays at 11:30. If you're a member of the Platinum channel, we also have Carrie's Friday Call, which is at 3 o'clock on Friday. But here's a good and cool thing that we're offering to you, and that is 50% off for the next 3 months subscription to the Platinum channel. Check out the coupon below. You can click and sign up and see what we're always talking about. Join us in the calls, interact with a lot of the tribe members on the Discord, but more importantly, get a better understanding and education when it comes to investing in your future. Thank you very much for being with us and following us, and we appreciate everything you do. We hope you have a great 2024. Check us out. Take advantage of the 50% off for 90 days with the Platinum channel, and we'll see you soon. Live loud. Peace.